Hey guys, I'm Stan Wolf. Welcome back to the channel. Really fun, balanced, interesting stream today on the Crytivo Twitch page with the Prehistoric Kingdom developers. Really kind of like, I think, like I said, it was just like a balanced, really fun. There wasn't anything that really happened or that they said that we were like, oh my god, why are they doing this, or why have they chosen to do this? It was really like, I just think a really coherent, fun layout of a stream, and I've kind of taken a few notes here, and we'll just kind of go down through my list and kind of give you guys a breakdown of what happened, what was said. They kind of had a little rapid fire moment at the end where they went through a bunch of really good questions that you guys were passing off to them on the Twitch stream. I was kind of hanging out with Beyond Drew and his crew in YouTube as he kind of watched it live, and that was really fun. Had like 60-70 people in there at one time. Really cool interest being shown for this game that is just now about to go into alpha. We are actually getting the game tomorrow. I think I'm getting it like 4 p.m. my time. And so we'll jump in and do some videos and do some live streaming and let you guys see kind of like this bare-boned version of the game. By no means the full release or even, you know, like beta aspirations just yet. That's hopefully coming like Q2 of 2021. We'll get a little more in depth, but we just have to remember these are alpha features. An alpha build feature that we're going to be presented with tomorrow. So don't expect like, you know, really like, you know, grand islands of adventure type builds. It is most definitely not going to go down like that, but it's still going to be fun to kind of jump in and show you the early system and you know what's happened and kind of what they've improved on over the last couple years. Jonty was even telling me, like, I believe it was 3 years ago, Jonty was playing a very early build that these guys had put together. So here we are in 2021, and we are gonna finally get our hands on a 2021 alpha version. So just keep in mind the alpha is gonna come in. It's gonna come with 6 dinos for us to get our hands on. So that'll be interesting. Good little mix of dinosaurs to get in here and kind of test out, see how they move in this alpha version, see how the animations look. So yes, we will start out with 6, and also guys too, probably by the time you're watching this, you can't really order this anymore. So if you come back to my channel, I definitely encourage you to come and watch us play and do these live streams over the next couple months, but unfortunately you're not going to be able to get your hands on this. So I guess a bad thing for you, good thing for me, you will have to live vicariously through me with your Prehistoric Kingdom questions, and we will try to jump in and kind of click around and just show you everything I can over the next few months until they're kind of ready to go into beta. Like they said, there is going to be a point where they stop supporting the alpha because obviously they have to focus their attention on the beta and early access. But you know, they did say expect a few updates to happen as we move forward with this. And like I said, this is really, they can't stress this enough, this is a really low-key type of build. They're not even they're not contacting press for this, so you're not really gonna probably not gonna see anything about IGN on this or see a bunch of articles out there on it. Really low-key alpha build. So yeah, we'll just kind of jump in very early on. One of the things that I thought was really interesting was the basic guess and the modular pathfinding is going to be on this, and that's a really interesting point that Nate had brought up, just about what he was saying about the guests will actually be able to navigate modular pieces. So if you have a bridge made out of modular pieces, or if you want to put down a wall to possibly, like, you know, sometimes in Planet Zoo I'll put up a construction wall, but they kind of just still kind of walk through it. Nate and Vic and them were kind of alluding to the fact that guests will actually they can determine that there is a modular piece in front of them. So theoretically, we're thinking even in this alpha version, they may not just clip right through the walls. So that's really, really interesting stuff. And I'm sure Vic and a couple of the guys will jump on here and hopefully review this for me. And if you'll find it down in the comments section, they will correct us if I have conveyed anything wrong. But yeah, hopefully we get this going. Bug report. If in the alpha you will see that I will actually have a bug report button. It's going to be down near the pause button that will take me right to their website, and I can upload clips or I can upload videos, and I can do my report right from the game via that button. So really, really interesting. The alpha will go live. If you're looking for your favorite content creators, it will go live for us. They're shooting for 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So basically right around 4 p.m. for me, 3 p.m. for Beyond Drew. So expect us to kind of start going live with this, or at least start curating videos for this late in the afternoon on March 19th. So hopefully on Friday, if everything goes okay, you guys can come catch me Friday evening, get in your little jammies, get cozy, and we will have us a Prehistoric Kingdom alpha evening. The alpha never stops, so we do not have to worry about having like a 7-day or a 2-week time crunch on this particular build. Once the alpha is over, via extending to the beta version, our keys will turn into the beta, so we do not have to. We do not have a time crunch here. As long as we can just get in here and kind of mess with this as long as we want. So really, really cool on that. I went over stopping the pre-orders. Remember, like I said, by the time you're hearing this, you cannot order the alpha at this point. I'm sure we'll still get a bunch of comments and Instagram messages and Twitter messages about, hey, how do I get this? Where can I buy this? You can't now, guys. They are blocking it once this alpha starts. So like I said, you will have to come back here and find it through me. And don't forget, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. It's all at SDanWolf, SDANWOLF, no E on the end. And yeah, so a couple people asked them about, next on my notes here, DLCs. Are they interested in DLCs? And they said, of course, over the natural progression of the game, that will eventually happen. Is it something that they're focused on right now? Absolutely not. Vic and Nate, Cindy, Mao, they all have stressed that they are completely focused on the core aspects of the game, and DLC is not even something that they're even brainstorming right now. They said there are a couple little neat ideas that they've kind of joked around about as far as DLC, but no, that is something that is DLCs are very, very far off. Modding help. They are interested in helping with modding, but basically when I say helping, I mean by not hindering it. They do not really have time to come up with any modding tools, but I will tell you guys this, just by listening to this live stream and by interacting with the guys in the in their Discord, which I highly encourage you guys go join up on. They are not hostile to modding, and they are not ignoring it. They want you guys, Jesse, I'm sure Lion Rider, a lot of those guys are going to be really, really. It seems like it's going to be it's a welcoming kind of studio with the modding, whereas Planet Zoo is not really, it's not like they're hostile to modding. They just don't speak about it. It's really, it has nothing to do with them. The modding with Planet Zoo is kind of like the Wild Wild West, where Vic and them said they're not really like openly just supporting modding, but they can't wait to see what the modding crew has up their sleeves or what they're going to be able to do. So they're not actively supporting mods, but they're at the same time they're excited to see what the modding community has in store. So that was really, really fun to hear. Next on my note, a huge map. We are going to get an absolutely huge map. Nate even said that he built on an entrance for 4 hours last night and thought he had an absolute huge entrance ready to go. And he zoomed out and it was like a tiny fraction of the map. So that's really, really good to hear. You know, a lot of times with these simulation and these tycoon games and these zoo games, one of the biggest, the first pet peeves with people are the map's too small. This is way too small. When are the bigger maps coming? And yeah, Nate and them said that they do not think is ever really going to come up as an issue. They think it is really going to be tough for us to fill these maps, even in the alpha version. So, you know, that is another interesting point that they made. And then Alex, the CEO of Crytivo, and Karen actually brought up what is the map terrain going to be like. And Vic said, as far as what you're going to see me playing on, mostly flat. There is going to be some terrain, undulation and all that, but it will be mostly flat. Now, as far as the sculpting tools go, Cindy kind of confirmed and Mal confirmed that the sculpting tools that suite is ready to ship. Like, there's not going to be much more changing on it. It is good to go. It's ready to go. So I will be able to show you that in the alpha feature. Of course, they said they're open to feedback if things come out weird or if we get our hands on it and we think there's a feature that could help it. But they basically said that it is an incredibly powerful sculpting tool. And Cindy even brought up Planet Zoo, where you can have like a little bit of frustration with some of that, some of the sculpting. She said that the system that they've designed is really, really, using their words, really, really satisfying. Really an intuitive system. So yeah, sculpting ready to ship. It is feature complete right now. They asked them about what is one of their favorite things as far as that's what's going to be happening, not necessarily in alpha or beta, but just in full release and all that. And a lot of them agreed with Vic that they're working on a really, really neat progression system that will really help, you know, with the gameplay side of things. And that is really, really fun to hear as far as the animals go and unlocking new animals, unlocking new features. If you're that type of player, that is going to be really, really fun. They are coming out with the alpha is going to have 300 buildable objects, actually 300 plus buildable objects, dozens of new unique items, including fences, paths, buildings, foliage, and modular pieces. This is going to come with basic management, so simple economy and power management mechanics. And then, of course, like we just touched on, the landscaping, the alpha, you will get to see me use the terrain editing, some form of painting, water, and the forests. They also said that there will be a paintbrush option with the foliage. You will be if you're not one of those piece by piece type people, there will be a paintbrush tool for the trees and all that. Now you won't be able to paint a big set of trees and then kind of nitpick and pull out pieces. You'll be able to delete what you just did, but the modular and the paintbrush are going to be separate. Those are two separate tools. So kind of we'll keep that in mind going forward. Excavation tool, Mao is really, really excited about. That will be hopefully making an appearance in beta. It will not make an appearance in alpha. We will not be able to fly around the globe and pick different dig spots and all that. So kind of same way with the economy, just basic economy system. Karen said and Nate, we're basically in the alpha, you can't lose lose money. It's just one of those things, really, really basic economy system. They wanted their hitboxes. They talked about Victor even, this is kind of cool. Drew and I kind of went wild when they said that they're going for like a more janky type of hitbox system. So basically what they said is they don't want us to be able to to build up this really awesome habitat and maybe like housing unit, and then the like your your more large, like your brachiosaurs won't be able to go in them because they're, the height restriction is just too close. Vic said that there is going to be a little bit of liberty when it comes to that. Maybe even there could be some clipping, just because, like I said, they don't want to hinder us creatively just because the creature needs like 50% more of a hitbox to be able to go into the house. So that is basically, they're saying the hitboxes are going to be a little lax, just to help with creative freedom and not be so restrictive on us. And another thing, touching back on what is most exciting to them, Cindy kind of hit the nail on the head, and all of them agreed that they're making a game that they want to play. So that is really, really cool. They're all like been yearning for like a JPOG type successor, and no one has developed that. So these guys have kind of all gotten together and they're like, let's create this in a 2021 world with 2021 graphics. And so that is really, really good to hear. They are creating a game they want to play. Now, somebody hit them up on weather. Will weather be a factor? Rain, snow, stuff like that? They said yes. Will it make it into beta? Possibly not. Will it make it into early access? Possibly not, but will it make it into the full game? That is definitely a feature that they are looking at. Same way with deaths. They said they're looking at consequences for, raptors, or a T-Rex runs amok in your zoo, kills a bunch of people. There will be consequences for that. So that is definitely something that they're looking into. So we can kind of confirm right there that at some point, yes, the dinosaurs could possibly kill and eat your little guests. There will be gift shops in the game. I'm not thinking they're going to be in the alpha feature. And another cool feature that Mal said they're really thinking about would be a cool feature to implement is once guests buy things from a gift shop, actually being able to walk around with those items in the zoo. So that is going to be really, really cool. Will the beta come with more dinosaurs? Vic said absolutely. That is something that they're actively working on right now. So hopefully the beta will kind of bump up our roster a little bit. And going back from the beginning, remember there's only going to be 6 in the alpha. So we do not know how many they're planning for the beta, or the beta, as some of my Euro friends say, the beta. Monorails, will we have monorails and Jeep rides, safari rides, stuff like that? They want to implement that, but will that be an alpha and beta? Probably not. Going back to what Vic said, they are still focusing on the actual zoo side of things. And monorails and stuff are definitely being considered, but you will not be seeing any of that in the alpha. We already went over the foliage brush. They answered me on waterfalls. They answered me on live on the Twitch stream. Karen said, "Okay, somebody wants to know about waterfalls." That was me, and they said they all kind of laughed. It was like a really kind of funny, lighthearted moment. But they were kind of rubbing their palms and saying the only thing they would confirm is they like waterfalls. So take that as what you will. I'm hoping we do get waterfalls at some point or another, but every single one of them kind of smirked and said that they like waterfalls. So I don't know, we'll have to see. Maybe we have some VFX in store or some kind of waterfall suite, maybe tying in with the terrain editor that they're working on. So that is really, really cool. Will we have baby dinosaurs? They said yes, they're thinking about that. They want to have a progression type system eventually, but cannot commit to that in alpha or beta. Maybe that will be more of like an early access feature, but looking into baby dinos and growing and juvenile dinos is definitely something that they want to look into. They're really interested in. Somebody, Karen said, asked about natural barriers. Will all the dinosaurs have to be behind fences? And they said absolutely not. If you're clever enough with your moats and your rock work, that will be enough to keep the dinos in. So we can kind of confirm that null barriers will be a thing. And Vic actually also confirmed that Vic and Nate said that guests will be able to look and they will be able to process the dinosaurs without having to go to a viewpoint or a viewing tower. They will be able to look through the fencing and actually take notice of the dinosaurs. But Nate said that the impact on their the psychological impact on the guests will not be as strong when they're not actually up in a viewing tower. So that is kind of bringing us to the end here, guys. I tried to cut as many notes as I could from that stream. One of the last questions that was asked is, will the dinos eat from the trees in your habitat? And Vic said no. That was more of a logistical decision that goes back, that kind of ties in with their finance and their management system. Basically, you know, the dinosaurs are going to have to eat based off of the feeders that you place in the habitat. So they will not be able to feed from the trees. And then Mal kind of jumped in at the end and said that may be like a neat sandbox feature or like a neat animation for the dinosaurs to partake in. But as far as that goes, no, they will not be able to eat from the trees and gain nourishment. So we'll have to, you know, that'll be another thing too that'd be kind of cool. Maybe they could implement, maybe it doesn't come as nourishment, but it comes as like an enrichment or a some kind of animation that doesn't affect the feeding areas. But Vic said, however, they will drink from the water inside your habitats if you come up with little lakes and ponds and streams and creeks and stuff like that. So anyways, guys, let me know if I missed a big feature on that. Like I said, I kind of skimmed through that hour and tried to hit the highlights for you guys that weren't able to catch it today. And yeah, by the time you guys see this, it is like 6:30 in the evening on Thursday. So by the time this time tomorrow, I will be head over heels into the alpha of Prehistoric Kingdom. So hopefully you guys can come back and hang out with me and let me know what you guys think. So anyways, I'm S. Dan Wolf. If you think I deserved it, go ahead and jump in and smash that like button for me and comment. That helps the algorithm send it out to your friends. And yep, I will catch you guys in the next video. Thank you. See ya.
Control, we're at the fence. Almost ready to re-engage power.